Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Steve. Today we're going to be doing another SGC submission. This one should be fun because it's got basketball, football, and baseball. As always, I will share the cards and make my guess. You're welcome to guess with me. And then when we get them back, we'll see how close we were on the guesses. So let's flip this camera around and take a look at the cards. Okay, like I stated earlier, this is a 10-card submission. It's got 1 basketball, 6 football, and 3 baseball. So let's start with the first one and only basketball card, and that's this beautiful 1971 Wilt Chamberlain that I picked up from an antique store not long ago, and this is just a fantastic looking card. The coloring and the picture on this card are amazing. The only drawback is the centering. As you can see, it's off left to right. And, when I look at the back, it's a little off also. That could hold it back. I think this is a 6 to a 7. If the centering were better, it could come in a 5. That's the hard part, right? SGC is pretty tough with their grading, but I'm going to go with a 6 on Mr. Chamberlain. Next one up is a second year, 1973, Roger Staubach. This is a really nice card. It's very well centered, little softness in the corners, but not a ton. And then the back is centered really well. So second year, Roger the Dodger. I will say this is between a 5 and a 6. 1970, Topps Glossy of O.J. Simpson. Picked this one up from B. Roth at the National when it was in Chicago last. Just a really cool card. You can say what you want about Simpson, but as a player, when I was younger, he was a great player, and he was one of my favorites, and it's important for me to have him in my collection. This is a pretty nice card. A little bit of staining on the back. It's a rookie card, by the way. This 70 is the same year as his rookie. I will say, I'm going to say a 5 on this card. It could be a 4. 4 to a 5 on Mr. Simpson. Sticking with those glossies, this is that beautiful John Unitas that I picked up at the antique store with one of my daughter's boyfriends. We both just thought it was the right card to grab, and this one's really clean in the back. I would love to see this come in the 6 range. I think it could get to a 7. It could also be a 5. I think 5 to 7 is the range on this, but let's shoot for a 6 on Mr. Unitas. Here's the first of 2 childhood cards that I'm turning in. This is a 1974 Larry Zonka All-Pro, and what I love the All-Pro cards in this set. You've got the black card with the white border. It just pops, and this is one of my favorite pictures of Mr. Zonka. If you didn't see Larry play, he was just a bruiser. He punished people when he ran with the ball. And I just look at this card. It's kind of cool, right? It looks like he's tired because he's given it his all. It's just a classic picture. And this card's in really good shape. I don't know why, because it is one of my childhood cards. I'm thinking a 6 on this card. 5 to a 6 on Mr. Zonka. Okay, what about this bad boy? This is the 1969 Joe Namath, right? And this is just such a cool card. I love everything about it, right? The coloring, the Jets logo. Joe would lead them to that upset victory. Look at the back on this card. This is just a beautiful, beautiful backing on this card. This is a beautiful card. The only issue it might have is I think it might have a small line. It might be, it's either a wrinkle or a print line right there. That might hold it back. But I'm going to go for a 4. Love Namath cards. Namath's got some of the best cards. I just noticed too, he's got a Band-Aid there. That's the second card he has where he has a Band-Aid on his over his eye. They must have shot the pictures relatively around the same time. Okay, 1972, Joe Green. This is the one, I have one of these from my childhood. This is the one I picked up in Strongsville. Day one, picked up this, and I picked up a Bradshaw. The Steelers coloring, I love the 72 set, number one, but the Steelers coloring in the 72 set, it's just like the Pirates. There's something about Pittsburgh cards in that era, but the coloring is perfect for cards, and it's perfect for SGC slabs. This is a second year Joe Green. What a great player he was. I'm thinking 4 to a 5 on Mr. Green. All right, last three cards are the baseball cards. They're all leaders cards. The first one is the second of my childhood cards. And this card, I love this card as a child. This one, it's in pretty good shape considering how much I handled it. I used to just stare at the back of this card all the time and look at, because it's such a cool card, because you've got Aaron, Ruth, and Mays, and each year the number of home runs they hit. And it was just totally cool card. I love this card. As you can see, it's a little soft in the corners. Centering on the front's not bad. Centering on the back's a little beat up. I'd love to see this get to a 4. It's probably in the 3 to a 4 range. But it's one of those special childhood cards of mine that I just want to get it into a slab for the collection. Next card, we're doing our next Bargain Hunters. We're going to do an episode with Clemente and with Theo, Clemente Collector, John and I. And this is one of the cards when I was looking for a card that kept popping up. And I've always had this card, and I wanted to get it graded. I think it's a really nice version of this card. The thing you got to worry about with these 68s is just corners. But this one's pretty sharp. The picture's just absolutely gorgeous. And, like my buddy Dylan, I love leader cards because it gives you the history, right? You turn this thing over and you see that, Clemente won the batting title with a 357 batting average. And you can just go down the line and, you can see Henry Aaron hit 307 that year and Pete Rose hit 301. I just love it. I love these cards. I think this one should come in hopefully in the 6 range. I think it's a 5 to a 6. Would love to see a 6. And then staying with the Bargain Hunters theme, on the last episode I shared this card, and I just decided it's time to get it graded. It's a beautiful card. You've got Bob Veal in the middle, and you bookend by 2 of the greats of all time, Bob Gibson and Sandy Koufax. The other really cool thing about this, when you flip it over on the back, is this is the year that Koufax struck out 382 batters. That was the all-time record until Nolan Ryan surpassed it by 1, I believe. So those are the cards I'm going to be sending in. Next time you hear my voice, it'll be because the cards have come back, and we'll be able to see what SGC gave us for grades. So hold tight. I'll be with you soon. The cards are back. And as always, I haven't looked at them, but I have taken them out of the packaging to save us some time. So you don't have to listen to me try to open and unopen these cards. So let's just jump in and take a look at them. The very first card is that 1971 Wilt Chamberlain. This is a sweet card. I thought it was going to be between a 5 to a 6. I think, my heart was saying, give me a 6. My head's saying it's probably a 5. Just because of the centering. Let's see what they gave Mr. Chamberlain. And they gave him a 5. Look at that card. That card's awesome. Just like always, anybody who turns in cards to be graded, you want the highest grade you can possibly get. But at the end of the day, for me, it's just really about getting a really nice card slabbed and into the collection. And I totally love this Chamberlain. So really happy with that, with Mr. Chamberlain and a 5. Next up was the second year Roger Staubach, and this card was in really good shape. This one I thought was a 5 to a 6, and I was leaning towards the 6. I think this card's got a really good shot at a 6. So let's see what they gave Mr. Staubach. Okay, they gave him the 6. Look at that, second year Roger Staubach and a 6. Really excited about that. That's a beautiful card. Next card up is the 1970 O.J. Simpson Glossy. It's technically a rookie card. It's his rookie year. I bought this one from B. Roth at the National. Got a little staining back here. I think because of that, I was hoping for a 5, maybe an outside shot at a 6. So let's see what they gave Mr. Simpson. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they gave him the 6. Look at that card. I love the coloring on these cards. They just pop. This thing pops in the SGC holder. So really, really pleased with that. Got a 6 for Mr. Simpson. Staying with those glossies, this is the one that I picked up with one of my daughter's boyfriends at the antique store. This one is the Johnny Unitas. I was thinking a 6 to a 7 on this. So let's see what SGC thought. Yeah, that's even better. Yeah, you know, when Jeremy, my daughter's boyfriend, and I looked at this card, you know, he said, that's easily a 7, Steve. And I'm like, they grade pretty tough, Jeremy. So look at that beauty. Johnny Unitas, 1970 glossy and an 8. Yes. All right, this card is my one of my 2 childhood cards that I turned in. It's my favorite Larry Zonka card. It's the All-Pro card, 74. I think I was shooting for an outside shot at a 5 here for Mr. Zonka, so let's see what they gave him. Okay, they gave him a 6. Look how cool that card looks in the slab. Yes, I love this card. It's just such a cool picture of Larry Zonka, and the white border looks so good. So, yes, I'm liking that one. Okay, here's the 69 Joe Namath. The back on this card is just really sweet. I do believe the front either has a small wrinkle or a print mark. I wasn't sure 100% what it was, so I thought this was going to come back in the 4, maybe a 4.5 if I got lucky. So let's see what they gave Mr. Namath. Up 3.5. So yeah, you know, it's this right here, and I'm okay with that. It's still a beautiful card. I knew going in that it was a little flawed. This was a really cheap pickup for this card, so really happy to have it in the collection. So Joe Namath in a, look at this. He's got the Band-Aid again. I think I mentioned that in the beginning part of this video. So I think the 69 and the 70 was the same photo shoot because he had the Band-Aid in the 70 also. Okay, here's the Joe Green, the 72 Joe Green that I picked up in Strongsville. I think it's a nice card. The coloring is going to look great in an SGC slab. So I think we're looking for a 4 to a 5 for Mr. Green. Let's see what they gave him. Yeah, right in the middle, a 4.5. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Look at this card. Yeah, that's just a beautiful, beautiful card. Like the grade doesn't really matter as much as how good the card looks. So happy to have that one at a 4 or 5. Here's the second of my childhood cards, and this is the all-time home run leaders, the 74 card. You know, the back's not centered very well, and this card got touched a lot. I think I was hoping for a 3 to a 4. The reality is that might be a stretch. Let's see what they gave it. Okay, a 4.5. That is so cool. I love this card. This card is just, it's a classic card that I think, you know, should be in everybody's collection. That's just my opinion, but absolutely love that card. And the fact that I've owned this, you know, since 1973, and I touched it a million times. That might be a bit of an exaggeration, but not a lot. Yeah, I'm really stoked with that card. Look at it. Ruth, Aaron, and Mays. Gotta love that card. Next up is the batting leaders. This is a really cool card. You know, the leader cards, you always think I think they always grade a little lower than you think they're going to. I was hoping for a 5 to a 6 on this, but let's see what grade they gave it. And they gave it a 5. Okay, I was hoping it could squeak a 6, but look at that card. That card is just sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Very, 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 very happy with that one. And the last card in this set is the strikeout leaders with Koufax, Gibson, and Bob Veal. And this one, you know, I think I was hoping for a 4 to a 5 on this card. Most of the other cards of this set that I've turned in, I think have come in the 4 range. So let's see what they gave this card. And they gave it a 5. That's sweet. Man, am I happy with that. That's a really, really sweet grade. Yeah, I was really, really pleased with this submission. You know, I've got to tell you that these 2 cards are probably, you know, 2 of my favorites that came back, the Unitas and the Zonka. Although I got to tell you, I was pretty happy about this one too. And look how beautiful this Chamberlain is. So yeah, that was a great submission in my book. I do have another one in with SGC, and I do expect to get it back relatively soon. So I expect to have another one of these coming out in the near future. But as always, I appreciate you taking the time to watch. Until we talk again, stay safe, keep collecting. We'll talk to you soon.